Realty in Kingston, Ontario, and I'm here with Ella Grypma from Kingston Mortgage Solutions, and we're going to talk about pre-qualifying or getting pre-approval for a mortgage. So right now, the way the market is, with incredibly short supply and people having to put in unconditional offers, meaning no financing, it's more important than ever that they see somebody like you first. So can we talk about pre-qualifying, pre-approval, and what that is?
For sure. Yeah, so I guess I'll start off by just talking about the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. So pre-qualification is more if you're not super serious about a specific property or necessarily getting into the housing market, but you are interested. So it kind of gives you a general idea of how much of a mortgage you can afford or that you can get approved for. Whereas getting pre-approved takes a little more legwork, a little more documentation and paperwork. And also credit checks, which we know will impact your credit score. So if you're a little more serious about buying a home, I would definitely go that route.
So obviously with this market, it's a big advantage to know exactly what you can be approved for and what you can offer, and to be able to take that condition out, although it makes me so nervous. Mm-hmm. But what other benefits are there to getting pre-approved?
Yeah, so like you said, because it is such a competitive market and there's lots of buyers and you're getting into things like bidding wars, it lets the seller know that you are a serious buyer, and they can have peace of mind that the deal won't fall through because you weren't able to obtain financing. Another huge advantage to getting pre-approved is that a lot of lenders will secure an interest rate from 90 to 120 days, which is really beneficial, especially in this market when interest rates are quite low and they have been kind of creeping upwards. So just to secure that rate is super beneficial.
Yeah, because we don't know where the housing market's going. We don't know where the interest rates are going. So,
and if interest rates do decrease in that period of time, a lot of lenders will actually let you have one chance to take that lower interest rate, which is a great opportunity as well.
All right, so somebody has moved from sort of being curious and figuring out what they might be able to borrow. Mm-hmm. They are now very serious about searching. They want to be able to buy a house. Yeah. What is the next step? They want to get this pre-approval. What is involved for them?
Yeah, definitely get in touch with a mortgage agent. Mortgage agents have access to so many lenders versus a bank who only has access to one lender. So the first step would be to fill out a mortgage application, a full extensive mortgage application, outlining your assets, your liabilities, your income, and you'll have to also follow up with income verification. So things like T4s, pay stubs, a letter of employment. If you're self-employed, it gets a little more complicated as well. You'll have to provide NOAs, sometimes even T1 generals and things like that. And then the lender will also do a credit check on you as well. So that's why it's good when you are a serious buyer and not just considering buying, because that will impact your credit score.
Okay, and so I know things have changed in the last few years, even since I got my last mortgage and then went to refinance, and everything now, we didn't even go into the office, and it wasn't just because of COVID. It was everything was sent electronically. So that's a bit of a change for a lot of people who haven't refinanced in a while or bought in a while.
Totally, and I think that, definitely COVID has accelerated that. It was kind of happening before COVID, but COVID definitely made it like all online. So there's some clients that I've worked with that I haven't even met them in real life. So you can send everything via email, like all your documents via email. You can do the application online. We can do Zoom calls. So it makes it easy. If you're busy, you can meet from your own home, or it makes it very seamless and easy.
Yeah, because the collection of those documents can seem like a daunting task, but when you know you can do it that way, it makes it a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Okay, so they've they filled out the mortgage application, they have sent in all their documents. What comes next for them?
Yeah, so then the lender I will send all of that to the lender once I've got your application all ready to go. And I'll send it over to the lender, and they will take a look at your application and approve you or not approve you, hopefully approve you. And then we can do up a document that basically a letter of approval that says you're approved for X amount, and you can provide that to your realtor when you're house hunting, and you can give that to the seller so that they know that you're approved for X amount.
Okay, and
really
so they've got their pre-approval. They found a house. They want to put an offer in it. They put an offer unconditional. It isn't risk-free. Like that, we need to be clear about that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can qualify,
Yes.
but not for that house.
Right. Yes,
Excuse
that's
me.
very important. So you can be pre-approved for a certain mortgage amount, but that has nothing to do with the subject property. So the house that you put an offer on. So once you've put an offer on the house, then there's a purchase and sale agreement that gets done up, and we send that over to the lender. If there's a listing, then we send that to the lender as well. And the lender might also require an appraisal. They do have an option to auto appraise on some properties, not all properties, which makes it a lot easier because then you don't have to get the appraiser to come out, and it's quite less expensive, but they will require an appraisal. So if that all checks out, then you will be fully approved for that property. But if it's not guaranteed that just because you're pre-approved, you will be fully approved on that property.
Right, because the property has to be worth enough.
That's right.
That they've got some collateral against that loan. So
Exactly.
while the pre-approval mitigates a ton of the risk, it is still, in this market, people are taking risks, and it is still a risk.
Yeah, but that's definitely something that is very important to remember in the whole process.
Okay, so was there anything else that we missed talking about, or is that pretty much?
I think that's it.
All right, perfect. So if you want to get pre-approved, go see Ella. And if you're looking for a house, come and see me. See you next time on LT Talks RE.